crit. Why are they ignoring me? Like, what's the point in doing this? Just circle down. I will stun the healer. Stay on him, stay on him. I will keep stunning you. I'm down. One circle down. Paladin down. So I'm apparently back. I've been missing for like 2 weeks, didn't post anything. I was kinda busy with my job and stuff. So but meanwhile I resumed streaming. I don't know if you guys actually noticed, but yeah, I do have streaming channel, a Twitch channel. It's not linked anywhere in any of my video, not even in the channel description, like nowhere. But it was intended because I wasn't actually expecting to resume streaming so early. But yeah, I wanted to test, and I can actually say that my connection is handling it pretty well. So yeah, I'm back in the Twitch world. If you guys want to support me over there, it would be amazing for me. I would really love that. I'm online on the evening, European Central Time, so after 7 PM until night, let's say, and kinda every day. So, but well, let's talk about a video now, about the contents of today. So we want to talk about the Mage Pvp build. I guess there are two kinds of viewers. Basically the ones that want to copy paste the build and that's it. They don't want to get in depth with information, explanations and stuff. So I will dedicate the first part of this video just to a quick overview and look up to the build itself and each upgrade, and a quick explanation of why upgrading these and not the other. And then with the second part of the video I will talk about why and how to use the combos and why we went for specific upgrades and specific stances. So yeah, let's start. Basically I already did a video back then explaining the same build, the fire and ice build, which was slightly different, but especially different for the non-shame skills. Nothing changes for the ability, is always the same. Thing is that now that build is kinda outdated due to the fact that they fixed the CCs on the frozen ground skill and in the double stun of incandescence and fiery meteorite, and yeah, and the no-shine skill completely changed. So regarding the overview, nothing changes for the flame tactic. We always want to go for the critical hit rate chance when we switch stance. We always want to have the mana recovery on the basic attack on both distances. I went for 3 points instead of 4 because I lack of Sapphire, but I also have to say that I still miss 60 Sapphire by 2 dungeons that I never have the time to run them in the normal mode, because I always go for Urud's Mine, Migratories, and well, yeah, I don't have time to do that. But anyway, I miss 60 Sapphire that I would surely spend on the last step of Magic Bomb for each stance. Besides that, in the fire stance, we still want to increase the casting time, to decrease the casting time of Kindle in order to complete our full combo as soon as possible. And also at the end, we want to decrease the cast time of Fire Explosion. I also put 4 points on Incineration because, especially in 3v3, but yeah, in PvP generally, the mage is well focused, is mostly the priority target for the enemy, so we don't really have the time to cast a skill and complete 6 chain combos. So that's why we want to opt to focus on the instant casting skills. In my build, I always put points, I always enhance the casting skills. Well, first of all, because they have a better scaling. I mean, 5% in this case is 15. Okay, 15% of 1000 plus damage is way more than an eventual 600. So in case we manage to complete a combo, we take down a single target with 100% of chances. And also, I mean, it's not really worth it to increase damage by percentage of a low damage skill. It's enough the fact that they have an instant casting, so this is what we want. We want to spam instant casting skills as much as we can, and take advantage by the casting skills in case we don't get focused. So nothing else on the fire stance. Let's move on the ice stance. Here we have frozen ground combos now that is actually worth using it, because the root is actually working now. They fixed it. And also the last skill, Frigid Spear, is really powerful. Like the scaling you get by enhancing the damage on the skill is real good, and also is an instant casting combo, so it means that you can deal a lot of damage real quick. Same for Biting Cold, increase damage because it is in fact an instant casting skill, and also the damage is pretty good. And then at the last, Icy Wave. As always, Icy Wave is super powerful in front of multiple enemies. If you manage to complete a combo with this skill, well, it's really combat changing. Like, it can really move the situation of a fight from a difficult situation from a winning position. And well, with the Sapphire left, I went to increase the instant casting combo with Frostbite and Ice Blast. I just managed to put 5% damage more. So let's talk now about the non-chain skill. Elemental Armor. Okay, what changes by the last build? Basically, we want to we don't want to explode in case we get focused. I've been trying with the Silent, I've been trying with the Sleep, I've been trying with the Disenchant to be more aggressive, I've been trying with the Mana Shield, the base version, and nothing was really working. Actually, it took really a lot of time to figure out a nice combo with the non-chain skills. So in game we have the Guardian and the Berserker that are mostly on the DPS classes, especially in 3v3, especially in Battleground. They want us busy, they don't want us to free cast our combos, because we can be really fight changing. We can really change every situation if the enemy let us a free cast. So I went for the enhancement number 3 that basically says that if you get attacked by a melee class, there is a static percentage of chances that you stun your target for 3 seconds, and there is no cooldown. There is, okay, yeah, you can use the skill, it lasts 30 seconds and there are 45 seconds of cooldown, so it means that for 30 seconds you are protected, for 15 seconds you are not, which, I mean, is not really, like, it makes the passive skill real strong. So I went for the 3rd upgrade, and I also increased a little bit the mana consumption by 20%, which is a lot because in the basic version it consumes more than the 10% of your mana bar, which is pretty much. And then for the Blink, different than the last build I was using, I'm no longer going for the mana recovery, I'm going for the CC cleanse. Well, basically, as I was saying before, we often get focused, so that's why we want the CC cleanse, because we want to get out of the difficult situations, we want to kite the enemies also, we want them to use their skills, so it's also a good way to bait the enemy, and yeah, and we don't want to explode, of course. So whenever it's needed, you have 3 blinks, and you can easily get out of difficult situations. Also in 3v3 you have a particular map with the 2 floors basically, so the fact that you can basically teleport quickly, you can move quickly between the first floor and the second floor, or the other way around, it really makes the mage a really good class under the mobility point of view, because it can do what the melee classes can do. So I've just been putting mana consumption decrease here, and then going again for the mana shield, but not the classic mana shield. I went for the damage reduction mana shield. It lasts for 5 seconds, so basically, especially at the initial stage of the 3v3 matches, or in battleground when you are like getting raided in a specific flag, it is real good because it can bait a wall combo, a wall focus call out from the enemy team, so you don't get so like people collapse on you, but they are not as efficient and as they expect to be. But you can either use this mana shield or the distortion. Basically, in this way, you have 2 protective skills, 1 escape, and a passive backup. This increases a lot your sustain and really makes the difference. Okay, it's kinda hard to manage them, like to use them in the right moment every time, because beside these non-chain skills, you also have to use your combos, and yeah, it requires some practice. It requires some defeats and also victories, and then time to time you will understand better and better the build, and will actually make you think, like will actually make you realize how damn powerful the mage can be. Regarding the abilities, nothing changes, same pattern as before. Yeah, 3 on the top left. We just want to go for the damage and for the numbers itself. We have the ability power here, not much here except the frenzy and the hit rate, and then the damage received and the damage output. So okay, yeah, like I wanted to divide the video into different parts. Second one dedicated to the explanation, but I kinda integrated it in the part made so far. So let me see if I can cover some detail. Oh yeah, the combos. So you always want to start from the fire stance, because when you face the enemy in 3v3, for example, if you manage to switch quickly to ice, you get this 40% critical hit rate boost, which makes this instant combo specifically really good, because like the net skill Frigid Spears deals a lot of damage, which is increased by your ability power, and also with a close 50% of crit chance. Like only with this combo here, you can really take down a squishy target. Like if someone has 9k HP, usually mages, usually archers, you can take him down with 3 skills. Of course, you need to be a little bit lucky and to crit all of the combo, but I mean you don't have only this combo. Like if it doesn't die after this combo, you can easily proceed with a biting hold. You can easily proceed with 1RR, I guess, because for me it's different. Like I have another cabin, but I mean this combo here: Magic Bomb, Frostbite, and Ice Blast. Like if you do Frozen Ground, Ice Blast, Frigid Spear, Magic Combo, Frostbite, and Ice Blast, all in a row with a 50% critical hit rate boost, and like you can really melt a target, of course combined with the biting call as well. So this is about the ice stance. We'll be back about to talk about the icy wave in a while. About the fire tactic, so as shown on the cold tactic, you have the same combo here, the instant casting one, which makes quite good damage. Also, when you switch from cold to fire, you have the damage boost by the passive. When you are in a position of free casting, you have the main combo, which is Kindle, Incineration, and then Fire Explosion. Switch to proceed with Biting Cold, Ice Shot, and Icy Wave, like this one. If you crit with this one, accompanied by the 50% critical hit rate, if you crit with this one on the 6th step of the chain combo, you can take down the whole enemy team with a single skill. It's really powerful. Okay, nowadays Guardians are touching like 25k HP, so not really one shot, but I mean it can bring a lot of satisfaction sometimes. And if you can't manage to deal with casting time, you can deal with continuous stun combo. Well, basically, especially against paladins and against even mages, using Kindle, Fire Meteorite, Incantations, which results to be a stun attack for the enemy, followed by Fiery Eruption, Fire Bomb, Fire Meteorite, which results in another stun, and then switch Frozen Ground, Ice Blast, and Frigid Sphere can be really annoying for the enemy to deal with all of these CCs. Also, an enemy mage will be forced to use all of his dashes, all of his what's the name of the skill? Blink. Especially if they have the CC removal, because in this way you can bait them you can force them to get rid of their defensive skills, to then proceed with a burst damage from your team if you're in communication, or in case you're saving your best combos for that. Another combo you can use when this skill is in cooldown, because it has a 20 seconds cooldown while this one has only 15, is Frozen Ground, Frostbite, and Biting Cold, followed by another Biting Cold. Like, these two skills can be repeated, like they are not sharing any cooldown, so basically you can use the same skill twice and they really do a lot of damage. Like, it's really great, it's really fast to use them together. Keep in mind that Frozen Ground will require you to be in a melee position, like real close to your enemy, because basically the animation is this one, so your enemy must be in this range. But it's not really a big issue, because in case you get out of position, if you manage well your no-chain skills, you can indeed use the immunity, which lasts quite good time, and also gives your paladin to actually restores your HP if he can't do it, like in critical situations. You can use the distortion to allow him to take some more time to switch stance in the healing one, or get out of critical situations to heal you up, etc. Okay, same thing is applied to the mana shield. It doesn't last much, but I mean it removes the 75% of the damage you take for 5 seconds, which is enough to let your enemy burn its combo. And worst case scenario, you can bring in other positions. So I think I've been covering all the details so far. Let me check better, but yeah, I mean, the combos are these ones. You just wanna play on the instant casting ones. You wanna bother your enemy with the double stun. You wanna claim a good damage output with the ice stance combined with the passives when you switch stances. And whenever you can, when you are free to cast, you go for the main combo, which should always start from the fire one, but it's not always possible, I get it, so don't worry. I mean, it's not a big deal. But yeah, that's it. So guys, I hope to have been useful. I hope that I've been clarifying all of your doubts. It took me quite a while to understand what was good for 3v3. As I said at the start, if you wanna guys support me in the stream, the link is in the description. I'm always live in the evening, basically every day. Okay, not always, but I will use my Facebook page to get in communication with you. So, thank you very much. Like up if you found this video useful, and see you next time. I really want to publish a 3v3 highlights video like I did for Battlegrounds, but yeah, we'll take a while. See you next time, boys.